It's the Game Spitter, y'all. Subscribe, like, share the video. You can tell with this young Dolph trial, day one, this ain't gonna take too long. Like, it's gonna be one of the fastest trials we've seen when it comes to rappers getting deleted and shit like that. Everybody paying attention to. Like Cornelius, he done gave everything. All the conversations, the shootouts he was involved in with Paper Route Woo and the situation with Dolph and conversations with Jook and all the conversations with Govan and passing the guns off and the money situation, everything he did with Justin Johnson, the other dude he did with. So he done laid out everything, right? Which is going to be real hard for Govan to fight against that. Now, I don't know if Straight Drop going to take the stand and give his side and explain everything. But the shit that Cornelius gave, they could pretty much close the case with that right there. You understand? So they probably going to do Govan. He going to take the stand. Justin Johnson, maybe, maybe not. You know, he probably going to stick to the G code because really it ain't no need to be a rat when Buddy giving all the details. And Govan going to say what he say. You might as well keep the real nigga card and walk the yard. You ain't really got to worry about the snitching shit. You can just walk the yard. Yeah, I deleted Dolph. And whatever come behind that, you just deal with that. But you ain't got to be labeled as no rat. You ain't really got to check in on PC. But, you know, it could be real street niggas that ain't got nothing to do with Paper Route. And they feel some type of way because they really fuck with Dolph. And, you know, they may want to get down with you. You know what I'm saying? So, we'll see how that go. But, yeah, Cornelius, he done laid everything out, which, you know, we're going to play some parts that they said in court. We ain't going to play the whole thing. We're going to just skip through some of the shit he said that we need to speak on, right? So.
You know an individual by the name of Cornelius Govan?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you see that individual in the courtroom?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you point to that individual and describe what he or she was wearing?
Man, right here with the white shirt on, black tie, bald head.
And I asked if the record reflects that the witness has identified the defendant. Record so reflects that the witness has identified the defendant in court. And how long have you known Mr. Govan?
I met him in 21, and like mid-21, something like that.
Mid-21? So
like, yeah, like in the middle of 21.
When you met him, under what circumstances were you meeting him?
I met him through an individual named Bobby, buy pills at the time. I was just buying pills from him.
And would that be Bobby Carter?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were buying pills from Mr. Govan?
Yes, ma'am.
And what kind of pills were you buying from Mr. Govan?
Ecstasy and sometimes Percocet pills, oxycodone.
Would you say, why were you buying pills from him?
Because I popped pills. I was popping pills at the time.
Okay.
That was my drug of choice, pills.
Did you have a particular reason why you were popping pills?
I had a lot of stress going on or whatever, and it was on and off thing anyway, but then I was just back on.
Was there a particular incident that caused you to start?
I had lost my son in 2020, in March of 2020, and I just went back on, get back on.
You had been on them before?
Yes, man, I had been on them before.
And he at some point stopped?
Stopped,
and after your son
got killed out of starvation pop.
And through that course you got to know Mr. Govan?
Yes, ma'am.
Where would you meet Mr. Govan?
At first Bobby started going to get the pills from him, and then you know, one particular day Bobby ain't want to go, so you know I went and got some from myself.
Okay, and where was that at?
At his home on Bradley Street, I believe.
So was that how did you know this where he was?
Because I used to be right across the street at Bobby's house, you know what I'm saying, from his house.
So you've always gone to Bobby's house?
Yeah, I used to hang out with Bobby. Like, I used to hang out with Bobby on the daily basis.
So let's go back to mid-summer or so, however you say it, of 2021, when you first came into contact with Mr. Govan. At what point did the situation change from you, or did it change from you buying pills from him to something else?
Like I guess after a couple runs, going to buy pills on my own from him, you know, he started asking me I want to make some money. You know, he knew ways I get some money. I'm like, yeah.
Did you want some money?
Yeah, because sometimes I go.
See, that's the first mistake I see right there with Cornelius, Govan, and Jook. With Cornelius, he just chasing a pill habit, trying to get high. So he gonna do whatever to get high, right? With Govan, he trying to level him up to be a stepper when he just a pill head. He talking about you want to make some money. If it ain't really kicking in no doors to get more pills or something dealing with pills and stuff like that, it ain't no you want to make some money. I can see you put him on a lit falls like breaking in a car or something like that. But other than that, like, why would you graduate him from buying pills to taking on a task like that? Like he done proved himself in the streets. You ain't did no real homework. You ain't did no real homework. Even the nigga that introduced him to you, you ain't go to him and be like, man, what's up with him? What he tell you if you did? What he tell you? He'll do anything. Like Buddy or Jay, he'll do anything. He'll get it done. Like come on, man, it ain't enough. And Jook, he trusting you, Govan, to really find some top tier guys that's really about their business. You know, yeah, they'll do it for the money, but they really master their craft. And it wasn't none of them. It wasn't none of them. Like, not Justin, not Cornelius, and not the other dude they had. None of them. Govan, he just trying to get paid. He just want his cut. So he ain't gonna really bust his brain to find the perfect guys. He just need to find some guys that's willing to do it. Because ain't no way out of all the Memphis people, you pick them. Not looking into somebody being silent, not looking into somebody being professional. They can really get the job done. They can aim real good. All that. They can supply his own weapons. Ain't really got to trust you to give him weapons and shit like that and make sure they don't jam. Come on, man. Like, he not doing it. Cornelius, you'll hire him. He not doing it for the love of the sport. He just trying to get money so he can get high. He don't really care about being no stepper. He don't put his all into that. If it was a job that can really supply his habits and he can keep, he'll work that. He really wouldn't be no stepper. Justin, he want to be an artist. Yeah, Justin may squeeze, but he not no professional either. Come on, man. But like I say, Jook, he just want to make his brother smile. You know, like get some shit done. Not even really put Gotti on. Just go ahead and handle it like a big brother. Like, I got this. Bro, don't even worry about it. Just keep rapping. I can't really say Gotti stamp that and say, yeah, go do that. Nah, I wouldn't be mad if I'm Gotti. Like, yeah. If he did, they can't prove it. I don't think no charges coming for Gotti. I don't think he gonna get indicted. The only people saying Gotti's name is the lawyers. They're not saying Gotti paid. They just saying who had the money, Gotti. But the suspects, nobody's saying Gotti said do this. Nobody's saying Jook said we doing this for CMG. Or Jook said we doing this. Gotti told me we need to get it done. They're not saying none of that. So I don't really see Gotti facing no charges. It can look like it. It can feel like it. But I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it. I think Gotti know he ain't gonna get indicted. Because maybe, just maybe, Jook did it on his own. If I'm your partner, you don't have to tell me to do something. I don't like these niggas too. I know to get them out the way. I don't need an order. And I'm big bro and I'm really in the streets. So I don't need an order. I know these niggas need to get out the way. They're a threat to the brand. They're a threat to the business. I know that already. Why do Gotti got to tell me, hey, big bro, go handle that? Just make it happen. Why he got to say that? When I'm watching, I'm seeing, I'm a part of this. I feel it. I'm in it. Nigga ain't gotta tell me. If I'm on the boosty, nigga gotta tell me that Nissy a problem. He ain't gotta tell me that. I'm seeing it. I'm under 50. He ain't gotta tell me Ja Rule a problem or Rick Ross a problem or Jimmy Henchman a problem. I'm getting that done anyway. He gotta tell me not to do it and really mean it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Jook, I think he could have found a better guy. He put everything on the line. He put all that trust and everything on the line to Govan. And Govan failed him. Govan went out and found some junkies. I guess they was rushing to get this shit done. That's the problem with Jook. He was rushing. He wanted this shit done fast. Instead of really planning, it wouldn't have been that hard. Because how Dolph moved, how other paper route niggas moved, it wouldn't have been that hard. These guys ain't had no training. Cornelius, he ain't never practiced. So you giving him guns at jam. He can't really aim that good. You ain't put no attachments on the gun. Just sent them out there blind. At least could have gave him 2 guns. So if that jam. Now me, I would have sent them out on that. I ain't saying he would have survived. I'm saying he would have had a better chance to get the job done and survive. Because, you know, Wu could look up on a shot. But, you know, I'm going to send him out vests, 2 guns, backup clips, clean guns too. So they ain't going to jam because these guns going to come out the stove. And we'll just report them stolen. So they're going to come out the stove and, yeah, we'll get it done. So that's why we can't rush. So either I'm going to get a female to get it out the stove, or I'm just going to go on a black market. They're going to be clean, or I'm going to just know these weapons ain't going to jam. They're going to be tested. We're going to clean them real good, everything. Making sure we get the best kind of weapon to be good with the accuracy, attachments, anything that can help him hit his target. As long as you got the heart to hit your man, yeah, you got a good chance of hitting your man. Putting the right ammo in it that's going to do the most damage. Who knows? Had Cornelius had a backup gun, he would have stayed in the shootout and kept banging. And maybe he would have struck his target. Maybe he would have got hit. Now, Paper Route Wu, he was on point. Yeah, Wu that nigga. I got to give it to Wu. I like that nigga Wu. Hearing these details, yeah, he was more on point than Dolph. Coming out the house, gun in hand already. See, that's a dude, Paper Route Wu, that's a dude that respect the beef. He understand, like, this shit ain't no game. He understand it can happen to him. So Wu, unless he get backdoored by somebody that's close to him or his girl or something like that, he'd be more harder to kill. It can get done, but he'd be more harder because he understand it can happen to him. He understand when he hear a bag on his head, yeah, he gonna move the right way. He ain't gonna take it lightly. Like, man, he ain't gonna do nothing. Like, that's how Dolph was doing. Now, at times, I ain't gonna say Dolph was moving like that every day. At times, he'd be in this bulletproof and he'd be in this and he'd be moving the right way. But just that time, he didn't, and it caused him his life. But Wu, he coming out the house with the blick in his hand, ready to go, one in the head. So that's how I would have came. The only difference it would have been is I would have came out with a vest on, bulletproof pants on, stuff like that. Like, if I know I'm in war and I know it's a bag on my head, now I'm gonna wear a bulletproof helmet every day, the vest, the pants, I'm gonna wear it every day. So it wouldn't be a day I really wouldn't be wearing the jewelry and stuff like that. My car gonna be bulletproof. If I can't afford it, I'm gonna sell my jewelry. I'm gonna sell whatever I need to sell. I'm gonna get that. You understand? But yeah, man, Paper Route Wu, he did that. Now, his aim, he had enough rounds to get Cornelius off of him. Now, like I say, I don't know, maybe if they would have been 3 deep blowing at Wu, or they would have had some guys that really ran up, they ain't really kept about getting hit, and really went on a suicide mission, maybe they would have got Wu, or at least would have hit him. But Wu got about that jam. His gun jam. He returning fire. He got enough rounds. They feeling bullets coming. They hear them and everything. And they back down. It wasn't time for Wu to go. It wasn't time. Satan wasn't ready for him to come home. Oh yeah, Satan wasn't ready for him to come home. You understand? But with Cornelius, man, I would have been mad at Govan for giving me a gun to jam. I want to clap you for that, because I could have lost my life. So, see me, I probably would have fucked the hit up, because it would have took everything in me not to blow him down. You want me to handle something, but you're not making sure these gun clean? Come on, man. Or is that my fault? Because they putting aftermarket magazines in there. Yeah, the ammo is the right ammo. Like, it's a 9 ammo, but it ain't the right ammo for that type of weapon. So it'll jam. Clips, like I say, aftermarket magazines. Like, it ain't original. Ain't cleaning a weapon. Leaving a weapon outside. Come on, man. Y'all got all this money on these dudes. You got 50K, but can't find a clean, functional $500 Glock. You could have went and got a used Glock. And come on, man. So y'all can put 50K up, but can't get guns that shoot straight through. Come on, man. So, like I say, it wasn't meant for Wu to lose his life right there. But that's some bullshit, though. Not that he didn't lose his life. I'm saying the gun that he gave Cornelius. Yeah, to all the niggas who up under rappers and dudes that's really important, they got a legit career and shit like that, and y'all want to handle some strict shit, we gotta stop rushing and being impatient. Like, y'all acting like these dudes gotta lose their life today, ain't thinking it through, getting junkies to handle shit. Now, you can get a nigga who really about stepping, and that's what he do, and he got a pill habit or powder habit or some shit like that, because that's what he got to do to, you know, get everything done right. But he just, all he care about is just making sure his daughter straight, his girl got some money, and he got his pills. Nah, he don't fit that job. Let him keep doing that. Let him keep either turn him into a hustler or nigga who breaking cars and shit like that. Other than that, like, no, man. Like, nah. This Jook fault. It's Jook fault and it's Govan fault. Jook fault trusting Govan to be smart enough to find the perfect guys. Not doing their homework on these guys. Govan fault just trying to find anything so he can get his 10K. All he care about is 10K from him, 10K from him, 10K from him. That's all he care about. And calling Jook saying, man, job done. Govan wasn't the guy to go to get some shit done. The middleman some shit and get it handled. He wasn't the guy. Because he not smart. He dumb. He not. You can't trust him with the weapons. You can't trust him to find the right guys. You can't trust him to keep his mouth shut. So Jook ain't, he lucky he alive. Look like he already got punched on. His eyes all puffy like he got a black eye, some shit like that. So, man, come on, man. Like, if you up under dudes like Gotti, Key Glock, Boosie, Future, man, we can't be sloppy like that. You up under Lil Durk, Chief Keef, dudes like that, Lucci. Man, y'all gotta be more sturdy. We ain't switching positions. If he a junkie, keep him on junkie type of jobs. If he a stepper, put him on a stepping type of job. If he a rapper, let him rap. If he a hustler, let him trap. Stop switching the position. These new niggas, they not that talented. Like, it's not the 80s and the 70s no more. The 70s and the 80s babies, they could be on pills real bad. They can give them a gun. They can get the shit done, do it right. And these new niggas, man, they can't do that, man. You can't be doing that. He ain't trying to become, like, after he did that move, he wasn't trying to keep stepping. Him knocking down Dolph wasn't gonna turn him into a monster, turn him into a savage. Come on, man, like, all it was gonna do was make him overdose on pills, because he was gonna buy a whole bunch of pills. He was gonna look out for his daughter and his girl and shit like that. Like, it ain't no real, come on, man. Wasn't gonna keep his mouth shut on that. Wasn't gonna be ready for the war that came behind that if he was still on the street. So he would end up getting deleted, because he would have moved so sloppy. So it would have been so easy to crush him. You know what I'm saying? Like, man. Then y'all ain't even give him all the money. Didn't even pay the man, so y'all think he gonna keep it real? So y'all just trying to, well, Justin, he got his own motives. Justin would have been better off. If you know you weren't gonna pay the man, but y'all gonna let him get arrested. All Govan had to do was, when they seen Cornelius mess up on the move with Paper Route Woo, all Govan had to do was pull Justin Johnson to the side and say, I'm going to put him with you after y'all do y'all business with Dolph or whoever. Go ahead and get him about the way. Make it seem like you got the money or whatever. Then go ahead and get him out the way. You could have went that route, or when he did the move for Paper Route Woo, you could have shot him a couple racks. Make it seem like he'd get his money, so I'm gonna still give you something for even trying. Then when he do what he do, you ain't gotta worry about him sending no female or nobody to come get the money. Once he come get the money, then y'all handle y'all business. Then tell him if he still send his girl, you'll send her back. And you'll reach out to him and tell him, I'm not paying her no money. We're not involving nobody else. But you done told your girl about the move, so that's another red flag. You done told your girl about what we got going on because you sent her to come pick up something. Even if you say you didn't tell her, I'm still gonna believe you told her. So that's another reason why we need to get him about the way he already talking too much. So you should have handled that like that. Made him feel comfortable, gave him half up front, or at least 10K. He would have came, he would have felt, you know, and then y'all would have done what y'all was supposed to do. But y'all failed on that. Now look, he on the stand telling everything that went down.
Look down on a couple paper out here.
Okay, I ain't understand nothing you said.
It was a hit. It was a hit at the time on a couple guys in paper out here, or whatever.
Okay, and what were some of those individuals' names, if you can recall?
Paper out Woo, Young Dolph. I don't know all the names because I ain't know who they were.
At what point did he mention the actual families, as you say?
One night leaving getting some pills, he mentioned the prices on, you know, Woo had 50 on his head, Young Dolph had 100 on his head, somebody had 5 on their head, 10 on their head. He mentioned the prices too.
So it was almost like a catalog. This person costs this much. This person costs this much.
Who had money on their head, who had the most money on their head,
and who had
Young Dolph had the most money on his head.
And he had 100,000.
100,000 on his head.
And when you say his head,
I mean, if you kill Young Dolph, you get 100,000 off.
Okay. At some point, you will testify that about the shooting of Young Dolph. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Prior to that, were you involved in any other shootings?
Well, one day, Mr. Govan had provided me with a gun, and he told us that Paper Route Woo was at home one day. So as we approached the house, with me, Bobby, Justin, and another guy, I don't know the other guy's name, Bobby dropped me off. I get out walking on foot. Paper Route Woo was coming out the house, and he had his gun in his hand at the time, and I was walking up the street. And me and him had a shootout or whatever, and the gun he provided me had jammed up. So, you know, I had to duck and Bob and weed, and Bobby had got to me. We got in the car and went back to his house and reported what had happened to him. And he was glad I ain't get killed that day right there. But Bob was like, he wasn't messing with this stuff because he was believing what Jess and them told him about. We messed it up or whatever. And we didn't have our masks on and all that. So Bobby felt that.
Was there an incident with Paper Route Woo that you're aware of prior to the incident where you were involved?
Nah, I don't know nothing else about like no incident with Paper Route. Just this shootout that I had with him, that's all I know about it. And he was saying.
Now, this is what I don't understand when it comes to the shootout with Paper Route Woo, right? With Bobby. Where was Bobby at when you was blowing that Paper Route Woo? Why wasn't he blowing that Paper Route Woo too? Was he just sitting in the car waiting for you to run back to the car? Or, come on, man. He was supposed to have your back on that. When your gun jammed, he's supposed to already be firing that Paper Route Woo. He running about a mask and shit like that. Come on, man. Then you should already knew Justin Johnson was going to cross you out. He already soldier hating. Going back telling the boss man, they ain't had their mask on. And they ain't had, come on, man. So that'll make me want to blow him down. You already telling on me. But you go tell him we ain't had no mask on for. Now, Bobby, he backing out. He don't want to do it. But he already involved. You already in it. It ain't like if you backed out and then I'm Paper Route and I find out we still ain't gonna kill you. It ain't like if you back out, you already was with me. If you back out, but if I tell, you ain't gonna go to jail. So what you backing out for? You already too deep in. But what was you doing? Just sitting in the car? Why Cornelius ain't saying you was blowing too? Maybe if you would have been blowing, it wouldn't have mattered if you had a mask, because Woo would be RIP. And then Dolph, I don't know why he ain't take heed of that. He should have known it was real then. Like, oh, you ain't coming for real. But I don't know if he was thinking like, man, God ain't really finna put his whole CMG empire on the line. And come on, man. You niggas just talking. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if they can really, really get me, and then, you know, they really catch me down bad, they'll do me. But Dolph can just feel like I ain't running from nothing. See, Dolph had the Boosie mentality when Boosie was in Baton Rouge, and Boosie like, man, I ain't going nowhere. But Boosie was getting everything out the way. He wasn't just staying there. Like, man, these niggas ain't gonna do nothing. See, Boosie respected the beef. Whether he was scared of these dudes or he knew these dudes was gonna get him, he got it done. Could have been all of the above. Yeah, he got it done. Dolph supposed to have bags on Youngster, Gotti, and getting these dudes deleted. But he didn't. Now, Woo could have been putting in work and shit like that. But it wasn't to the top-ranked CMG members or top-ranked heavy camp members. You know what I'm saying? Like Lamigo, like that. Yeah, Black Youngster Brother and shit like that. The one in Miami. But it seemed like Paper Route, they was on offense a little bit, and they was, you know, getting first downs and driving it, kicking a field goal here and there. But it seemed like when they kicked the ball back off to CMG, and CMG got on offense, they said, nah, we got to get this shit done. You know, we going for Dolph, Woo, Key Glock, this one, that one. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to put it back on each and every last one of their heads. All the extra little members and shit like that, we ain't worried about that. We want the niggas who got a PRE chain on, that's rapping, that's famous, they got a fan base. We trying to, you know, if it's 1st and 10, throw it. If you on the 20, throw 30 yards or better. We trying to score quick. We ain't got nothing, but they acting like it's 2 minutes left on the clock. And they down by 14. And they need to score, get an onside kick, recover, score again. They ain't playing. So, but Dolph, if Dolph would have been giving that same energy out, that Big Jook had, it would have went differently because Dolph would have moved differently. But Dolph was getting so much money. Dolph got his own empire. Dolph feeling cocky. He that nigga. Like, yeah, he'd get some shit done. He'd tell him to go do that and all that there. But I don't think knocking down CMG roster was his main focus. It wasn't. He was still being young Dolph. He didn't turn into a warlord like Boosie did. And really on his shooters every day. Did you get him yet? Shit, you didn't get him. Man, I need that shit done. ASAP. He wasn't really, nah. But man, Cornelius, he should have seen that straight drop crossed him out right then and there, going back telling Govan, man, they ain't had their mask on, man, they did it wrong. No, Govan did it wrong, passing them a bullshit-ass gun. Bobby and them did it wrong. He ain't hop out. Why he ain't saying he blew till his gun was empty? It's just him blowing, his gun jam, he run back to the car, they dip. And he already ready to back off because a mission didn't go right. Because a mission didn't go right. He already, like, I quit. Now Govan got a team the junkie up with Justin. The same nigga that just dry snitched to him. Now, you gonna tell on him, but now he your partner. And you ain't check him on that? You ain't check him on that? So yeah, man. So you already know you can't trust him. He not on your team. You just, you know, a part of the mission, but he the type of nigga that, you know, if they hit a lick and if y'all hit a lick and it's 4 or 5 bricks, he'll fuck around, put a bullet in the back of your head so he ain't got to split it with you. If he'll tell and say you had your mask on and they did it wrong, and so what that mean? If you telling me on that, what if he the cartel, he think like the cartel, and he say all that, and then he knocked me down because I missed, even though he gave me a gun to jam, but I didn't have my mask on, I did it wrong, and he blow me down because you said something. Come on, man. So shit like that can get you crossed out by the boss man. Sometimes certain shot callers don't give you no second chance. Like, oh, he did that, he made that mistake, he did that. Oh, he must think, nigga, we is CMG. We do got a legit empire. Why the fuck you ain't had your mask on? And then, like I said, if you would have had the attachments on it, you seen Buddy with the gun in his hand, if you would have had a beam, whether he can see the beam or not, your first shot, you probably would have hit him. But you up in your thigh, probably with one hand, and you missed. But something told Wu he did not know God, whether it's Satan or Jesus or Allah. Something told him, pull your gun out. Because he could have easily had it in his bag, left it in a car, had it tucked in his pants. He already had it in his hand. So if you don't get that first shot and you hit him and you drop him, he gonna be able to up it and blow. It's already in his hand, cocked and ready. He felt it, and he was right. That's why you should never go against yourself. You feel like something gonna happen, act like it's gonna happen.
Govan was saying he was.
Let me stop you. All right. Did you call Mr. Govan?
Nah, I called him Quick. That's what I knew.
That was your nickname.
Yeah, Quick.
Would you feel more comfortable calling him Quick?
Yeah, I called him Quick.
Okay.
Quick was saying that he was gonna he would pay by Wu Mama or whatever to find out what they be about, you know, play up on the other, find out where, you know, Wu and them be is, so we could reach out and touch them, like find out what they is.
Was it just
You heard what he said? He said Govan was gonna play up under Wu Mama to get his whereabouts. This is why, if you're a rapper, you're a street nigga, whatever, you gotta tell family, you gotta tell women, you gotta tell everybody, don't be telling people my business. Don't be telling, no. Because especially when you know it's a bag on your head, you know it's war. Like, nah, should nobody be coming to you saying where I'm at, where I be at, none of that stuff. I know you can't do it 100% and you ain't gonna make everybody be quiet, but you can, control it a little bit better. Maybe you don't need to tell your mama everything. Yeah, because you don't ever know who she trusts, that she feel like ain't gonna say nothing. Maybe you don't need to tell your girl everything. Maybe the girl or your mama don't need to know where the studio at or every spot. They don't need to know everything because you never know whether they'll talk to a girl, one of their friends, and they'll say something and they connected to who trying to delete you, whoever. Because you never know who trying to delete you and who the shot callers. And it may not be that dudes that's actually going to jump out and blow you down, but it's the dudes that's going to pay them to do that. And that dude right there is good friends with your mama, good friends with your daddy, good friends with your whoever. And yeah, you'll feel comfortable telling them, yeah, he be over there, or yeah, they driving this type of car, or they, all that. So if you don't train, hey, don't tell nobody nothing. Like, if they want to know the information, send them to me. If they want to know what's going on, yeah, send them my way. If I don't answer, I don't fuck with them. When somebody asks about me or they ask some questions, let me know. Like I say, you ain't gonna get everybody to, do that and they be on point with it. Sometimes people will say something, they forget, or they just think that person not connected to the people that's trying to knock you down. So you could never be perfect with it, but you could do better with it. That's all we can do is do better and dumb it down. You understand? Like I say, he tried to play up on his mama. Not saying the mama gave up all the information, but we don't know. She could have. But they didn't get the job done, though, so that was a blessing right there.
Was there other paper route?
Any one of them, like Woo or anybody in paper route, he was going to make sure that, he could play because the mama liked him, so he was going to try to play their father figure and, find out where they at and make sure we could reach out and touch them.
So from when you met him in midsummer, the shooting with paper route Woo, how far from when you met him to when their shooting was?
I just can't recall, but it wasn't long after I met him though.
And was it a couple of days, couple of weeks?
I said a couple of weeks, probably about a month and a half or so. I can't be specific about it. I ain't gonna lie like this. I think probably the next day I pulled up old Quick House or whatever and about some pills. And when I pulled up, it was a truck sitting in front of his house or whatever.
Okay, what kind of truck?
I can't remember. I ain't gonna lie.
Like an SUV truck or F-150 truck?
Like an SUV truck.
Okay.
But I pulled up and I got at him. When he said, he was sitting up there with Jook. And he was like, here go a little C right here. Here go C right here. So Jook was like, hold up, man. We ain't doing no talking around these phones, take these phones outside.
Who said that?
Jook. Oh, he got to talking. He was telling him, like, when you talking around the phone, take the phones outside.
Who was he telling to take the phone?
He telling Quick that.
Okay.
Take the phones outside.
And did Quick take y'all's phones outside?
Yeah, I gave him my phone. He set him outside on the trail or whatever. And came back in and was like, yeah, this little C right here, this was the one that, you know what I'm saying, shot your woo. And,
hold on, you did a whole lot of woo.
Well, basically saying, this the one that shot it, woo. And this one of the ones that I got that I got on the business too. And Jook basically like nodding his head like, y'all gonna get y'all money, y'all handle y'all business, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna get y'all money.
What was person you described as Quick? What was Quick saying?
He was just letting him know that, I was one of the ones that he got on the business, that he got to put the work in or whatever.
Okay.
That he hired for the
Because I'm going to need you to slow that down. He the one that hired on the business to do what now?
To make one of these, get a hit, do the hit.
I'd like to.
See, that was another mistake on Govan end right there. He didn't protect Jook. He did not. There's no way Jook should have been meeting or seeing none of the hitters. You didn't protect Jook. Because if you would have done that, he couldn't have said Jook said this. Jook said he gonna give me the money. Jook, he would have been none of that. I would have never seen Jook. So therefore, it wouldn't have been no CMG ties. It just would have been, you Govan. These yo dudes. Why is I meeting the foot soldiers? I'm up here. I talk to you only. So the only person that can tell on me is you. Why would you let me meet these dudes? And now that's more dudes that can tell on me. They don't owe no loyalty to me. They don't know me. They didn't heard of me. You know me. So Jook should have checked Govan for that. There's no way Jook should be telling him, man, y'all gonna get y'all money. And you telling him, oh, that's who shot at Woo right there. You can show a picture of me. You can show a picture of Cornelius. That's who shot at Woo. You ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, the fuck is we talking for? So shit like that, that'll make me want to whack Govan. If I'm Jook, I want to whack him. But Jook, I don't understand why he trusted Govan so much and trusted these dudes so much. He should have went off about him introducing me to him. Like he's somebody I need to meet. Like he's somebody I give a fuck about. And you just a soldier. You don't need to meet the boss. He your boss. You talk to him. You don't need to talk to me. You ain't did enough. You ain't proved yourself. You don't love me. What you talking to me for? Govan need to tell you you're going to get the money. You don't need to hear nothing from me. Let alone Govan calling him to come over there to get some pills or whatever. We don't even meet over here. We meet over here where nobody can see us. There's more people that can say I was involved. Now CMG attached to it. Even though you could flip and attach me to it, but I ain't got to worry about him and him. Just you. Come on, man. So that was another major mistake. Now, when Cornelius started talking about when they got the drop on young Dolph and saying he was at a gas station, with Dolph, it's just he wasn't moving militant enough. We already done ran down what Dolph did wrong because Justin and Cornelius, they real sloppy with it. They're not real militant with it or just sturdy with it, you know. So you got to be really not on point. Yeah, you got guns on y'all, but y'all not that deep, no bulletproof. Doing what Dolph did, going inside of a restaurant versus a car, pulling in, like that. It had to be that setup. It was so perfect. You understand? But Dolph, a lot of things he could have did differently, and that mission right there when it got completed, because they didn't come organized. You had to be moving sloppy for them to complete that mission. Not moving with 2 or 3 cars following you. So if you do go and get you some cookies, you got shooters outside of the building and you got shooters inside. So you need 2 outside, you need 2 inside. That situation wouldn't happen because they would have met, the 2 shooters outside would have met them 2 right then and there. Let alone they probably wouldn't even did the mission. But they seen Dolph wasn't moving sturdy. Plus, you in that camouflage car. So that wasn't a smart move for Dolph to camouflage all his cars. You could have did it to make a statement saying you done it, but to drive them cars in Memphis, you're supposed to drive other cars when you're in Memphis. Because it's too easy to be spotted. It's too easy. Dolph could have did what he did, got his cookies and all that stuff. He really didn't even have to get out the car. He could have sent his brother to go get the cookies. He could have sat in the car, which was supposed to be bulletproof, or he could have bagged in and he could have had that fire on him. And then when the nigga would have pulled up, he would have met them with gunfire. But he could have went that route. It was about 2 or 3 different ways he could have went about it. And he didn't do none of the 3. One, like I just said, the other one, having 2 or 3 cars follow you. The other one, just sitting in the bulletproof. You ain't really got to have no gun. Your brother, he got to have his blick. But you could just sit in the Corvette or whatever car you in and let them just shoot at the car. They can see you and all that there. And they ain't going to hit nothing, just like they ain't hit nothing in CIAA in Charlotte. So, Dolph just underestimated. Or he just didn't give a fuck. You're going to have to show me what you're going to do. I'm not running nowhere. I'm not, none of that there. He didn't have nothing to prove to Memphis. Really, Dolph already mastered Memphis. He already mastered Memphis. But he kept coming back. So, yeah, man. A lot of bosses learn from young Dolph on what not to do. Yeah. But they could have been any boss, any top tier rapper. They would have did what Dolph did and had them type of niggas on top of them. Yeah. When they inside the cookie shop, they spread it out. His brother on this end, Dolph on this end. So it ain't like when Dolph was walking over here, the brother on top of him. They looking at the cookies. They're not really looking at the road. Every second count. Because it seemed like Dolph didn't see them until they started shooting. The brother didn't see them until they started shooting. You would have seen them running up with guns. They had choppers. One had pistols, the other had choppers. While just having an extra guy with you, his brother, that wasn't enough. You putting too much responsibility on him. He worrying about some cookies. Looking at that, y'all have been to the spot so many times. Same cookies. It ain't no new cookies out. Same ones. You want M&Ms. You want Reese cookies, sugar cookies, oatmeal cookies, chocolate chip cookies, whatever other red velvet cookies, gingerbread cookies. Same cookies, man. Come on, man. You not on top of Dolph. Dolph brother really was lacking. It's more his fault, too. Because you supposed to be watching Dolph, looking at the road. If Dolph gonna be paying attention to the cookies and you got the blick, you need to be watching the road. Why both of y'all gotta look at the cookies? He gonna order a whole bunch of them anyway, so it ain't like he ain't gonna get the kind that you don't like, so you'll eat them. Come on, man. So Dolph was running around Memphis, or coming back to Memphis like everybody already dead. Like, who told him to reward himself and move around like that, like everybody already gone? Like he got that much fear in the city. So, man, that's why I say, like, Dolph probably had more of yes men around him. Well, when it come to his brother ain't gonna say, nah, we ain't doing that. Nah, we ain't going here. Nah, you ain't getting out the car. Nah, we can't. Nah, he ain't gonna do it. Nah, we ain't driving the vet. I jump in the vet, you jump in the bulletproof. And I'll just follow you behind in the vet or in front of you. But a simple bringing, you got all these dudes in your entourage, but you leaving them at home. But Dolph already was going to clubs by himself, going to this spot by himself. He a loner. He could think better by himself. So when you don't like a crowd, that can work against you in beef. Boosie would have never made a move like that. Gotti would have never made a move like that. But it's not like you got so much blood in the streets. Well, when Dolph pull up, when he come around, they say, "There go Omar. There go Omar." They ain't doing that with Dolph. So, yeah, your dude's putting in work. But it ain't, they're not knocking down monsters that'll put fear into Memphis. The other dudes you beefing with, they got millions of dollars. So, Dolph keep walking from corner to corner, won't stay still. What Dolph walked at right there in that corner, that was the perfect spot for him to be in. Because it wouldn't have gave him no time to jump behind the counter or nothing. His brother was in a better, safer spot. But when he walked to that corner, right where that glass at, that was perfect for them to walk right there and catch him right there, hit him 4 or 5 times from each gun, and then give his brother 5. But they wasn't even paying attention to him. They wasn't even paying attention to him. They just focus on the 100K. The mission ain't to knock him down. I don't know why you ain't got the pull to let the cookie place know, hey, when we come in here, we got to have our guns out. I don't know if you want to lock the door or whatever, but we got to have a gun in our hand because you already know how it go. I'm going to tip you real good. You know, we ain't on a robbing or nothing like that. She ain't even going to think that. Yeah, since you don't want to have her bring the cookies to you. when promoting you, doing that for you, gonna make more people come to the cookie shop. Since you don't want to do that, since you can't send nobody to the store and go get them. Come on, man. Could have sent any little thought, anybody to go get the cookies and bring them back, or one of your partners or your brother. You could have got put up at the studio or wherever you was going and sent him back to the store. Yeah. Now, your brother probably still could have lost his life. They thinking it's you in the car. But, yeah, man. His brother went on point. Yeah, he went on point. Had his blick on him, but he still was lacking. You could be lacking, put your gun on you. Good shot, though. He did hit him and all that stuff, but you didn't delete him. But you did hit him, though, so you recovered, but it didn't do enough. It was too late. You recovered, but it was too late. Y'all supposed to have a gun on him, too. Like how Boosie put the gun on him when he was on that California video, when he was out there. And he had the gun tucked in the back. Dolph should have had a blick on him. Dolph should have had a blick on him. It's a lot of shouldas and wish he would-has. That's the only thing we could say. But that situation could have turned deadly for Cornelius and Justin Johnson had Dolph and his brother been on point, or they would have been a little bit more deeper. Like I said, we did plenty of videos of what Dolph did wrong and how he could have went about it and all that stuff, but the damage is already done. This day one, though, I already done made the video super long. So we're going to, end it off right there. And then day two, we're going to come back because there ain't no need to put everything in one video, even though Cornelius, he said a lot, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to wrap it up right here, then follow back up with day two. You know, splash that. Y'all hit that like button. Y'all subscribe to the channel. Share the video. If you need your credit done, $250, or you can pay $65. We're going to get it started. You're getting evictions, collections. What you got? Student loans. What you got? We're getting it all off, man. What you want? We're getting that for you. What you want? Credit cards, funding. What you want? 18-wheelers. What you want? Box trucks. What you want? Hellcats. Lamborghinis. What you want? Maybachs. It start off with paying $250 or $65. Yeah, get some trade line. Get some primaries. Fix your business credit. Build that up. Go get you some funding, man. Get you 6 figures worth of funding, man. Stop playing, man. Oh, that's right. Them Jordans come out next week. So you can't pay the $250. Damn. Michael Jordan keeping you stuck. Taking that trip keeping you stuck. Oh, you got a habit. You like to smoke. It's keeping you stuck. Damn, homie. You just stuck. But you're going to let 2026 come. You still got a 400 credit score, 500 credit score. Shh, damn. Yeah, but then when you get it together, it's going to be over with. And then you're going to pay $1,000 or $2,000. It's going to take 6 months to a year to get your shit fixed. And they still ain't going to fix everything. And damn, homie. I hate to be you. Follow me on IG, _gang_spitter. If you really want to get your credit right, hit the link in the comment section or come to the DM on IG and cash at me, $Dagamespitter704. Donate to the channel, show love to the channel. Day 2 tomorrow with Young Dolph. This video may drop tomorrow too. The same day that day 2 drops. So, yeah, man. He was with him. Gone.